Well, again, I posted MVI 2912. What's the common denominator? Muslims. That's what. And in that video, I talked about a whole series of murders, terrorist attacks that have taken place. And I might have left a few out, but there's a sufficient number to sort of provide a clear perspective as to what the root cause of those attacks are, or who perpetrates those attacks. Now, I don't know if any of you haven't purchased a weapon or have purchased a weapon, but there's a process that you have to go through. And whether you order it online, if you order a weapon online, the weapon is sent to a registered gun dealer in your state. It isn't sent to you. You have to go pick it up at the registered gun dealer, FFL. And what happens is when you get there, you have to fill out forms and you have to pass a certain criteria that's established by the FBI. Some locations have you go online and answer the questionnaire. Some locations have you just fill out the form, and then they review the form and they submit the information on the form. You'll either be denied, or you'll be approved, or you could be in a hold situation depending on what they might be concerned about when they did the initial background check. The longest I think they can hold it for is 3 days. They have to give you either yay or nay. After, I believe, 3, it could be 5 days. I don't ever recall having that happen to me. In either case, one of the things that I thought might help reduce violence or terrorist attacks. If you've ever crossed the border in your vehicle, they have a border agent that would either pass you based on the answers you provided to the questions that he asked, or you would be sent a secondary inspection where they would do a much more thorough review as to who you are and what you're all about. I think it might make sense to implement something like that for the purchase of guns as well. And it's really not a difficult thing that would be required. What would happen is the gun store owner would offer you a sandwich, a bacon and tomato sandwich, as part of your process if he or she suspects that you might be someone that probably shouldn't have access to a weapon. And if you choose not to eat the bacon and tomato sandwich for religious purposes, then they might consider doing a much more thorough, in-depth background check. If any of these that were in that video that I posted, if Muhammad Yusuf Abduliz was offered a bacon and tomato sandwich, he probably wouldn't have bought the weapon that he bought. If the Boston bombers, they didn't have a gun. They used a bomb, supposedly. Vester Flanagan, I apologize. Vester Flanagan probably wouldn't have been able to purchase a weapon. Aaron Alexander. The list goes on. Syed Farouk, Omar Mateen. None of them would have accepted a bacon and tomato sandwich. Therefore, none of them would have had access to those weapons. Not to say they couldn't have found a straw buyer. A straw buyer is someone that is eligible, but he's not buying a weapon for himself, he's buying it for someone that shouldn't have a weapon. Let me know what you think. If you think it's a good idea, why don't you propose it to your congressional representative? I'm sure it'll go over big with Obama, and Jay Johnson, and the Attorney General Loretta Lynch. They'd be all over that, wouldn't they? As a fail-safe measure to protect the American people. One of my friends actually sent me a picture, and it has a guy behind the counter holding an AR, and he says, "Congratulations, you've passed your initial background check. Now to complete this process, here's a little bit of bacon for you to chew on." Hey, It's inexpensive. I mean, bacon and tomato sandwiches aren't that expensive, and the lives they save could be countless. Just an idea. I'm not suggesting that those that don't consume the bacon tomato sandwich be denied their weapon if they've passed the initial background check, but it could be a means to look deeper into their past. Let me know what you think. You sort of know what I think, don't you?